I'm Dan Casper, and this is the green and yellow hard count. The Packers signed Christian Watson to a 1-year deal worth a little over $13 million. And I think that caught a lot of Packers fans by surprise. Hey, it caught me by surprise a little bit, considering he is still rehabbing, recovering from an ACL injury that he suffered last year. But it sounds like he's going to be making his return at some point this year. But I think if you take a minute to think about it, it makes sense why the Packers would do this deal. It's essentially a fifth-year option for a first round rookie. And it allows the Packers to see Watson for another year before potentially deciding to give him a long term extension. And it allows the Packers to see him within this offense with Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, and Tucker Kraft. And Watson is a very important part to this style of offense. He's important to what Matt LaFleur wants to do within this offense. He's a big, fast wide receiver that can take the top off of a defense, make big plays down the field, or open up the field for other receivers. I think if you polled a lot of Packers fans, though, it would be split and whether they were a Watson believer or not. And for those who are not a Watson believer, they're going to reference his injuries and maybe his drop issues. Well, if you look at Watson's career, the 3 years that he has played, not counting this fourth year so far, he's missed fewer than 10 games just once in his career. And that was his second year in the league. And it sure looked like he had his hamstring issue figured out last year after spending some time at UW Madison in the offseason. Receivers that are built like Watson are just incredibly rare in the NFL. So I don't fault the Packers for wanting him or wanting to see him within this style of offense with these guys like Kraft and Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed. But I do think this is probably going to be the final year of Romeo Dobbs. I think this extension kind of seals that because it's just a straight up numbers game with Watson, with Reed, with Wicks, with Golden, and then you throw in the tight ends with Kraft and Musgrave. I'd be shocked to see the Packers sign Romeo Dobbs to a long-term extension. But to the fans who are maybe not happy about this extension, let's just calm down a little bit and let's see it play out. And you know what? I kind of like Brian Gutekunst right now being a little bit of a gambler. That's the green and yellow hard count, and I'm Dan Casper.